Alright, team, so we're back. We're talking FF7, we're talking Rebirth. We have a smaller bit of info today, I suppose, but it's definitely worth talking about. We have Naoki Hamaguchi's year-end message, which has a little interesting bit in it. These are something they've been doing for a long time. I think as long as I've been covering Square Enix on my channel. I can remember back in like 2018, I think it was Tetsuya Nomura's year-end message was just the number 7. So we knew going into like 2019 there'd be 7 remake stuff, which of course there was. Bringing that up is that these can sometimes be a little bit interesting and worth discussing. Initially, Hamaguchi's year-end message is pretty basic, just kind of hyping up Rebirth. Are you excited to explore the open world? That sort of stuff. But it's like the last bit of it, where he talks about Aerith's fate. Again, they tease Aerith's fate in every fucking interview and message they put out these days. But this is the first time that I'm aware of where they've actually name-dropped Aerith, as opposed to being vague like they usually do. So we're just going to read this translation from Audrey and then we'll talk about it. So she says, FF7 Rebirth director Hamaguchi has a New Year message for fans to look forward to in 2024, highlighting that he hopes to be able to show fans what direction Aerith's fate will be. Here's the full translation. FF7 Rebirth, the game I'm directing, will finally be released on February 29, 2024. For fans who are greatly anticipating being able to explore the FF7 world map, we've made it possible along with exploration and freedom of choice. I promise that it has greatly improved from the previous FF7R as well. The story will take place from when the party escapes Midgar up until the Forgotten Capital. I hope that we're able to show to many fans what direction Aerith's fate will be. And like, before we get into it, I know, we talk all the goddamn time about Aerith's fate these days, it feels like, but now we have like the main guy. This is the main like director for Rebirth. It's like teasing the possibility of her potentially living. Is she gonna live? Probably not, but I mean, he's at least, that's his year-end message, like, hey, I want to show you what Aerith's fate's going to be. But I just personally found it to be a little bit crazy since he's actually name-dropping Aerith, because in the past they've been relatively vague when they talk about it. They say the game's going to end at Forgotten Capital, and if you're an OG FF7 fan, you know what that means. They talk about character's fate. What's that character's fate going to be, or that a character may die or something like that, but they never have said Aerith's name. And then now you have this, right, where Hamaguchi's like, the game's going to end at Forgotten Capital. I can't wait to show you what Aerith's fate's going to be. And it's like, if you're a new FF7 fan, that's obviously a massive spoiler, which is a little bit weird. Kind of reminds me of like we talked about like the demos and shit like a few months ago, whatever it was. Whenever one of the devs in an interview, might have been Hamaguchi, like talking about how Cloud has Zack's mannerisms, and it's like, oh, you're just gonna give that away, are you? All the marketing for this game has been kind of weird to me, like that right there, like them giving away that like Cloud has Zack's mannerisms, right? Or that that's not supposed to be Cloud in that moment, what it really is. But also like them dropping Crisis Core Reunion, having Children's coming out before Rebirth is dropping, and now like they're straight up talking about, is Aerith gonna fucking die at the end of the game or not, dude? I don't know. Like they're like teasing it and shit. And like it's just strange. I'm starting to see people get a little bit frustrated, especially today with this like message coming out, because they're almost like playing with Aerith's death, right? Like, oh, what do you think's gonna happen, guys? What do you think's gonna happen, FF7 community? Instead of like it being like a serious moment, it's almost just a part of the marketing. That's all it is. It's weird. Similar to like other discussions and theories we've had in the past, specifically like Zack's fate. Even though I am kind of passionate talking about Zack, like I'm just tired of it. I'm almost to the point that I'm not going to have like a reaction regardless of what happens to Aerith. Whether she gets her fucking head cut off by Sephiroth or she lives and Zack and her reunite, I'm just not going to react. I'm just going to be so cold to it. Because all we fucking talk about anymore. Just starting to get repetitive and kind of boring to me. Like there's other things that we could talk about with Rebirth. There's other things they could be talking about in interviews. There's things we still don't know. What's up with the skill tree? What's up with weapon cores? Things like that. Right? Things we've yet to be shown. There's other parts of the map we've not seen. Like we might get that probably in the next trailer, but still, there's other things that could be talked about or discussed or shown. And it's just constantly Zack and Aerith, and I'm just like, I get it. They may or may not be alive. They may or may not die. Like, yeah, we've known this since 2020. I just need something else to talk about. Damn Queen's Blood card game that I'm very excited about, because I love card games and RPGs, FF8, FF9, Witcher 3, stuff like that. It's all fantastic to me. And we don't know how the fuck you even play the game. What are the mechanics? How does it work? What do you do? How do you win? Like, we don't know anything about that card game. That's something else I could be talking about, right? There's just so much that's unknown about this game. And that wouldn't even be spoiler territory because it's a fucking minigame. Like, it just tells how do you play it. There's other things to discuss besides those two characters. And then they're obviously major characters, major parts of the story. And there's other characters, main party members we could be talking more about. Like, I don't know who. Kate Sith? I don't know. Somebody. Let's talk about something else, dude. What's Kate Sith's story in this game? Give me something here. Back to Hamaguchi's message, like, I do find it a little bit weird that he would name drop her. Like, the fact that he's even saying that, like, I can't wait to show you what her fate's going to be, I think adds to that possibility of things being different. I don't know to what degree. I don't know if that means she lives, if she dies and wakes up in Zack's world, that whole theory, or somebody else dies, or multiple people die, or whatever the hell's going to happen. But the fact that he's like saying that, I can't wait to show you what Aerith's fate's going to be. There's something there. I don't know what, though. That's pretty much the video, my dudes. Pass off to you guys. What are your thoughts on Hamaguchi talking about this? Are you getting bored, too? Just kind of bored talking about Aerith's fate? Is Aerith going to live? Is Aerith going to die? They talk about it in like every interview. And Zack as well. Like, what's going on with Zack? Is he alive? Is he dead? What's going on in his world or timeline? I don't know. I'm just can we talk about something else involving this game, please? Anyway, that's the video. Subscribe to if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, _YT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine, or leave it like Cobain.